It begins here, in the embrace of the earth and the sun. A single leaf cultivated for centuries, now a global currency. Generations of knowledge reside in these hands. In the silence of the barn, chemistry begins to shift. Time transforms the raw into the rich. From the fields, the harvest converges on the titan of industry, a cathedral of manufacturing, where tradition meets technology. Meet Arthur Sterling, the guardian of the blend. Thousands of tons arrive daily, fueling the machine. Only the finest grades make it through these doors. He knows the quality by touch alone. The floor is alive with silent, autonomous workers. The seal is broken. The processing begins. A cascade of gold flows into the system. The aroma is complex: earth, leather, and spice. Steam awakens the dormant leaf, making it pliable. Inside the cylinder, moisture is restored with surgical precision. Exactitude is not a goal, it is a requirement. The thresher separates the wheat from the chaff, so to speak. Nothing unwanted remains, only the pure leaf proceeds. Arthur monitors the pulse of the production line. The secret sauce, a blend of natural flavors. A fine mist coats every shred, locking in the taste. The blending silo, a melting pot of varieties. Burley for body, Virginia for sweetness, Oriental for spice. Consistency is the holy grail of the master blender. The cutter reduces leaves to ribbons in a blink. 30 cuts per second, a symphony of steel. The cut rag emerges, ready for its final form. Heat locks the moisture at the perfect level for burning. Too dry, it crumbles. Too wet, it fails. It must be perfect. Samples race to the lab for chemical verification. Science verifies what the senses perceive. Nicotine, sugar, moisture, all within microns of spec. The blend is approved. The creation can proceed. Enter the maker, the heart of the factory. Miles of paper unspooling at breakneck speed. The tobacco finds its bed on the moving paper river. The rod is formed, a continuous, endless cigarette. A seam stronger than the paper itself, moving at the speed of 20,000 units per minute. Arthur watches the blur, seeing every detail. The blade strikes faster than the eye can follow. The filters await their union with the tobacco. Tipping paper binds them forever. Lasers perforate the filter to control airflow. Invisible holes, essential for the smoking experience. Every single unit is spun, scanned, and verified. A flaw? Rejected instantly by a puff of air. Perfectly round, perfectly filled, perfectly sealed. They march in perfect formation towards packaging. The roar of the machine is the heartbeat of production. The air remains crystal clear thanks to massive lungs, fine-tuning the beast to maintain peak efficiency. Numbers climb. Millions per hour, billions per year. Foil, the armor that protects the freshness. 20 soldiers wrapped in silver. The box takes shape around the foil bundle. A perfect fit, engineered to the millimeter. Sealed against the elements, airtight. The red tear tape, the key to opening the experience. Solid, dense, ready for the world. 10 packs find their home in a carton. Robots handle the heavy lifting with grace. Trackable from this floor to the corner store. The river of product flows to the exit. Logistics takes the baton. The journey expands. Sealed and signed. Destination, everywhere. Crossing oceans to meet a global demand. Consumed in Tokyo, New York, London. Arthur remembers where it all begins. It ends in smoke, but the craft remains solid. The sun sets, but the factory never sleeps. A guardian's work is never truly done. An industry of giants hidden in plain sight. Lubrication keeps the friction at bay. Human oversight remains the ultimate fail-safe. A floor clean enough to eat off of. Energy release, the breath of the factory. Checking inventory, ensuring the flow. High-speed corners, handled with precision. Safety is the button that is hopefully never pressed. Transparency in process, quality in product. Rhythms of light and shadow play on the walls. Maintenance is a religion here. The master plan, laid out in blue and white. Outside, the weather changes. Inside, the climate is eternal. Shift change, new hands, same dedication. Checking inventory, ensuring the flow. Energy release, the breath of the factory. Rhythms of light and shadow play on the walls. The master plan, laid out in blue and white. Maintenance is a religion here. Outside, the weather changes. Inside, the climate is eternal. Lubrication keeps the friction at bay. Outside, the weather changes. Inside, the climate is eternal. Energy release. The breath of the factory. Maintenance is a religion here. Lubrication keeps the friction at bay. Energy release. The breath of the factory. A floor clean enough to eat off of. Maintenance is a religion here. The master plan, laid out in blue and white. A floor clean enough to eat off of. High-speed corners, handled with precision. The master plan, laid out in blue and white. Energy release. The breath of the factory. Rhythms of light and shadow play on the walls. Lubrication keeps the friction at bay. Shift change. New hands, same dedication. Human oversight remains the ultimate fail-safe. Outside, the weather changes. Inside, the climate is eternal. Lubrication keeps the friction at bay. Transparency in process, quality in product. The master plan, laid out in blue and white. Maintenance is a religion here. Human oversight remains the ultimate fail-safe.